1-0!
How are you doing, guys? Welcome back to the Barstoolers. I'm here with Kevin. We're going to do some player ratings. Kevin, Darren Randolph in goal.
I thought he had a solid enough game, made a really good save in the first half, and kind of what could have been certainly a goal, an impressive shot from one of the Moldovan players. I thought sometimes he's a bit erratic with the ball at his feet, but I'd probably give him maybe a 6. I thought he was solid enough for what he had.
Cyrus Christie at right back.
Again, I thought Cyrus Christie was a little bit unimpressive. I said after the last game I was a little bit disappointed with him in terms of getting forward, but I thought he didn't offer the same kind of overlapping threat he should have. I'd probably give him a 5. Really. I thought he had a poor game. Again, I think we really are missing someone like Seamus Coleman in that position.
His final product when he gets up there is pretty poor, to be honest with you.
Apart from possibly he had a few nice long throws, which are coming with a weapon from both sides with him and Ward. That was probably the only thing he really offered tonight.
Shane Duffy and Kieran Clark will do them together. I thought they had a pretty solid game. Never really troubled. For me, they were probably a 6, both really, 6 or 7. Didn't do much. Didn't have much to do. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely agree with you. I think Duffy had a nice flick on for Murphy's first goal. I think he's again shown his threat in the opposition box, which I think is a great thing to come from a centre half, that he has that kind of thing to his game. But yeah, solid enough. 6 is fair.
Stephen Ward at left back. I don't think he was in the game much. I don't think they were spreading the ball out wide. There was not much overlapping stuff going on, and he was free a lot of the time, which was a bit strange. And they weren't picking him out. What did you think of that?
Again, probably agreed. I thought a bit more of a reliance on him in the first half. We were looking to try and get the ball a bit wide left. We probably didn't get the ball over right that much. When it did get to him, I thought he looked promising at times. He got into the box once or twice, and certainly caused a few problems. Second half, I thought he was lacklustre again, like the whole Ireland team. I think in the second half, he could have gone on a little bit better. But again, solid. It'll be interesting to see if he keeps his place for the Wales game with Brady fit. So I'd probably give him a 6. 6,
fair enough. David Myler in at captaining the side today. How do you think he did? Obviously, he's going to take in Glenn Whelan's spot now. It's probably David Myler's spot going forward. But how do you think he did tonight?
I thought he had a solid game. There was one instance in the first half where he lost the ball, but he tracked back really well, won it back. I thought he was very solid. He was a very good pivot in the centre midfield there, and that at the kind of the bottom of the diamond. I thought he allowed us to keep the ball really well, which is something we haven't done in recent games. Yeah. So I think certainly I thought he had a solid game again, like most of the Ireland team.
Bit of a surprise in the starting 11. Nick pointed this out, or was saying it before the game, and we kind of scoffed at it, but Callum O'Dowda was included. How did you think he did? I thought he had some really nice touches, some really nice runs and stuff. Just kind of got a bit lost maybe in the second half for me. He wasn't kind of making the incisive runs he had been in the first half.
Yeah, I think I was very impressed with O'Dowda. I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen a lot of him, but I was really impressed with what I saw tonight. There was a really nice flick he had in the first half that almost led to a chance. I thought he was very calm and composed on the ball. I was very happy with how he got on. I think he's certainly one for the future, and certainly one who can certainly break into the team going forward.
Jeff Hendrick back in the team after missing out. How did you think he did?
I thought Hendrick again had a solid game. He wasn't spectacular. I think he's a good option to have in midfield. I thought he's one of those players that allows us to keep the ball. He kind of went into kind of a more advanced role later on in the game where he played kind of wide right. Again, I thought he was solid, if not spectacular.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd probably give him a 6 as well.
Yeah, I'd probably go right.
Man of the match for me, other than Murphy getting the 2 goals, was Wes Hoolahan. He's just absolutely everywhere. Every time we play, he's everywhere. What did you think of Hoolahan in the end?
I think he really is a breath of fresh air in this Irish team, and considering he got 35, 36, it's kind of a sad thing to say. Yeah. I thought he had a really impressive game tonight. He was always comfortable on the ball, always available. I thought he was always harrying the Moldovan defence. I think that was the best thing about him tonight. Yeah. He constantly was putting them under pressure to make a pass, and I think he really set the tone in that first half where we really did get in their faces. I thought he was one of his best performances, I say, in an Irish shirt, considering the lacklustre overall performance. I thought he had a very good game.
I think the opposition helped him as well. When they're giving him a lot of freedom, it's very easy for Wes Hoolahan to look good. You make players like Wes Hoolahan look good, but he really is fantastic. He was everywhere and he did everything, and he was looking for the ball all the time, and everything about the ball there was an option for him. So for me, he was man of the match other than Murphy's 2 goals. Darren Murphy we got on to got 2 great goals in the first half and was on for a perfect hat-trick, never quite worked out for him. How did you rate his performance?
I thought he was I was delighted to see Darren Murphy picked in the team. I would have chosen him in my predicted lineup going into the match, because I think he's been a rich favourite for him for Nottingham Forest in the Championship so far this year, and I really think that he adds something different to this Irish team. Yes, he's big and he's strong, but he's very good with the ball at his feet, and he has a poacher's eye for
goal. He's our most informed striker at the moment. To be honest, he's scoring pretty consistently for Nottingham Forest. So that is something. And to be honest with you, I didn't think me and Jay spoke about our team predictions that we didn't think he'd play. But no, we were proved wrong. And to be fair, he came up with the goods. So to be fair to him. Moving on to probably our most frustrating performance of the night. Shane Long. I thought he had a very poor game. I thought he wasn't winning the headers. He's not great. He held up the ball a couple of times, all right, but he's a striker and he's there to finish, to put the ball away, and he didn't. He had a great chance the first half. Early on, we were 1-0 up. He put it wide. You're kind of thinking probably Murphy in the form that he's in would have put that in. Then he probably had one that the keeper made a good save, and then in the second half, an absolute sitter. There's no other way of putting it. What did you make of Shane Long tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was a disappointing performance from Shane Long. He certainly didn't have his best performance in an Ireland shirt tonight. As you said, that final chance he missed, we were sitting at that end, and I just assumed he'd scored. That's how simple a chance it seemed from where we were. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done. He kind of looked away. I actually thought it had been flagged offside because he looked over towards the linesman. I just assumed it was him.
I think he was looking for an excuse as to why he missed.
Yeah, he probably was, but I thought he didn't. He seemed up for it. Now the one I thought he is a leader for this Irish team, and he has been playing consistently in the Premier League, which a lot of our players aren't doing. But I think it was a disappointing performance from him tonight, and certainly not one of his best in the Ireland shirt. And hopefully he improves for Wales if he's picked.
Right, moving on to the substitutes. Obviously Arthur came on, McGeady came on, kind of too predictable. It was a bit, Arthur came on for Murphy. I was kind of like, Murphy's on a hat-trick, maybe just leave him on. McGeady, I actually expected McGeady to start, and O'Dowda played instead of him, which I was a bit not shocked by it, but I was a bit, that's interesting. Seanie Maguire came on. He only got 9 minutes though. I was kind of myself, Jay and Kev were screaming about 25 minutes to go. Make a change. We're 2-0 down. We're 2-0 up even, and it's lackluster. We can go and win this game by 4 and 5. They brought him on with 9 minutes to go. To be fair to him, he was running around. Everyone's singing his name, but he didn't have enough time at all. He didn't have time to influence the game.
No, I don't think any of the changes had any time to influence the game. We were calling it half an hour to go. The intensity had dropped completely. Yeah. We really needed someone like Harry Arthur to come on to really boost the intensity. Even someone like, I wouldn't call it someone like Conor Hourihan, Ewan O'Kane, with those kind of legs in midfield to really put pressure on the Moldovans. We saw it tonight. They're not the best side in the world, right? When we gave them time, they were able to string a few passes together, and they showed that they were fairly competent technically. But I think we were crying out in that second half for a little bit more intensity because we just looked lacklustre. I think we kind of said at half time we're happy with 2-0.
Exactly.
Seanie Maguire, I thought he showed a bit of energy when he came on. I suppose this is his Ireland debut. Would you blame him? He looked absolutely chuffed to be on, and I thought one nice piece when he was coming off Shane Long. He was obviously disappointed to be taken off, but he had a massive smile on his face because he was delighted he came through the system at Cork as well. Yeah. I think he's probably delighted for Maguire to make his debut as well.
It was interesting that when they took Murphy on, they brought him off. They brought Arthur on, and I was kind of thinking, we're dropping here. We should be killing this game. Let's go, and slice its throat essentially. Yeah. Go and take the game and score 3 or 4. And no, they brought on a centre mid for that. Our most attacking threat probably in the whole game, other than maybe Wezzo. But ultimately we did get the job done in terms of the playoffs. But there was a real chance tonight to close the gap in terms of goal difference, and we haven't done that. So it would have been great, but sure, look. Didn't exactly happen. So yeah, those are our predictions, or those are our ratings even. If you disagreed with us, you thought anything else, let us know. We'll be back with a bit more reaction just after this.